is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind. Get on board. We're soaring on top of so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Dangerous times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight. Love the world but keep the sky on your mind.
Hello. Hello to everybody watching this damn thing, of which I don't think there's anybody. I don't see anybody in the chat, but alrighty. Today we're going to be flying the PMDG 777. We're going to be flying it from Malaysia. We're taking off from Kuala Lumpur. And yeah, let me just update that on the nav bar on the top there. Yeah, that's much better. Kuala Lumpur International Airport to Suvarnabhumi International Airport in Bangkok. So we're taking off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport to Suvarnabhumi in Bangkok, Thailand. So that is what we're doing today. We're going to be flying the 777 by PMDG. Man, I'm hungry. I had to think about food. It's very early in the morning here. Kind of hard to get your hands on food at this time, but anyway. I had to think about some food. Okay. Let's take a look around our beautiful aircraft here. The Thai Airways livery is one of my favorite. It is one of my favorite for the 777. And in general, I love the Thai livery. Obviously, it's night at the moment. It is fairly dark out and you can't really tell, but it's a beautiful livery. Nonetheless, being in 2024, we still have decent lighting and night flights are entirely enjoyable because of that. The one advantage, one of the few advantages 2024 has over 2020 in my humble opinion. Anyway, let's go to the drone camera. Let's check this place out. We're in Malaysia and I've got the scenery installed here. This is the one from the marketplace for WMKK or Whiskey Kilo Charlie. No. What? Whiskey Mike Kilo. WMKK. Is W whiskey? I don't even know. Anyway. So this airport is from the marketplace. I believe it's by MK Studios. It isn't the best in the world. It's kind of pricey for what it is. I don't think it's worth paying $20 for this thing. Absolutely not. The inside is partially modeled. At least they have accurate descriptions, so they don't try to trick you. The inside is partially modeled. I don't think it's worth $20 though. But it is a fairly large airport. As you can see, it is spread out over a very large area. And all the buildings are somewhat well modeled from the outside. And it doesn't look too bad at night. It is a massive... we got some thunder in the distance, is it? It is a massive airport and it doesn't look too bad, but it's not worth $20. That I can tell you. It's not worth $20. I just bought it because, because I'm an idiot. I should have probably saved that money to buy another aircraft. But this is a strategically important airport that kind of connects southeast of Asia to Oceania and Australia. So that is something that's mainly the reason why I decided to go ahead with this purchase. But yeah, together with Singapore, it can transform the area into a more enjoyable hub for flight simming. Anyway, given all of that, let's take a quick walk around of the aircraft. Today's flight is, how long is the expected time today? The expected time today, let me have a look at it. The expected time today in terms of, oh my god, flight time, it's 1 hour and 47 minutes. I'm obviously going to be using SimRate to fast forward a little bit, so we're not going to sit here for the entire 2 hours in the flight, so don't worry, it's not going to be too boring. EM, hello there. If you make live weather in this region, it must be typhoon or Ragasa. I think we're on live weather. I saw some thunder in the distance. Let's have a look. Yep, I'm on live. Look at that. Everything is on live, Mr. EM. So we'll enjoy that weather. There we go. Live is on. Okay. Everything is on live, so we don't have to worry about it. I did see some thunder off in the distance there. So we might have some interesting weather. Hong Kong airport was closed for the time this typhoon goes through. Right. We are going to be near that area, obviously, because we're flying to Thailand, Bangkok. Okay, just a quick look around the aircraft. Beautiful thing. I'm going to spend too much time here. It's not like we can see much at the moment. But it is a decent aircraft. It's very nice. Okay. Simon Khan. Okay. Let's jump into the cockpit here. It is pitch dark. So let me turn on the flashlight here. There we go. And let's begin energizing our aircraft. Before we do, let's come down here. Let's go there, request the data from SimBrief, download our route for the day. And as you can see, we are here in Kuala Lumpur. We're going to go straight up into Bangkok. And yeah, it's not too terrible. Not too terrible at all. Okay, we're done with that. Let's go to our weight and balance here. Let's import weight and balance from SimBrief. Quick loading here. And import weight. Did that actually happen? I don't know. It says passenger level 55% of passengers. What the heck is SimBrief doing? Why such few numbers of passengers there? That's not. Oh God, what did I just do? Let me have a look. Hold on. Yeah, there's supposed to be 340 passengers. What do you mean? Oh, passenger level 92%. Never mind. Sorry, my bad. I got carried away with that. 92% cargo level overall. My brain isn't working today, so I apologize in advance. Anyway, whatever. That's enough of weight and balance. Ground operations. We got chocks in. We got ground power. We've got our door management systems here. I'm going to leave it in this page. Let's go ahead and energize this aircraft here. Okay, emergency lights armed, please. Batteries on. External power on. External power 2 on. Where is the dome light? I want the dome light. Dome light. Master brightness. Overhead. Come on, give me some. How do I get the... Okay, voice recorder on there. We also get the ADIRU on. Those utilities on first. Window heats, we can turn them on later. I don't really need them right now. And everything else is looking good. All the signs can go on. Nav light is already on. So yeah, there we go. We're waiting for the screens to boot up now. While we do wait for that, I want some lights here, man. There's some some floor lights there. I'll leave those on dim. What else do we have? OBS audio. Okay. Panel, aisle lights, floodlights. A bit of that. Okay, that's fine. All right. Now we need to get these lights going. I don't know how to get these lights going. Where the heck are they? Okay, this is the glare shield light. Bit of brightness there as well. How do I get this thing going? I don't know where the brightness for that is. Is it for... Ah, there it is. Floodlight here. There we go. Panel lights are here as well. There we go. That's good. That's good. Okay. Great. All right. Waiting for things to boot up here. I'm just going to go ahead and check the oxygen. The oxygen's good. We all know it's good, but you know, for the sake of realism or whatever. I don't really know why I do this. This typhoon was in the region 14 hours or more ago. Sorry for... Yeah, that's all right, man. That's all right. Not a problem. Not a problem. If we do encounter some funny weather, we'll take a look at it in just a bit. There we go. We got the screens booting up. We've got these screens booting up. We need a bit of light here. Need a bit of light here. Need a bit of glare shield brightness there as well. Dome light. I don't know how to... Okay, there is the dome light, but it's not very bright. It's a little bit of it. That's enough for... Yeah, it's enough for the purposes of setting up the aircraft at night. Okay, warning, shut up. Throttle is looking good. Parking brakes can come on there. That's fine. That's cut off. All of that is looking good. Fantastic. We're just going to wait for this a little bit. Let's go to FMC. Position initialization. Shut up. And let's go to the GPS position. I'm going to pick this up. Oh, we could pick up one from there. They're the same. So I'm going to put that in, and that should get us our IRS aligned. And yes, it is. There it is. Okay, fantastic. Reference airport for the day is WMKK. And we're not going to put in a gate number today. Okay, that's all right. Route. Origin. WMKK. Destination VTBS. Request it. Set the payload. Set the fuel. And select the route. Okay, route requesting in progress. We're going to wait for that because if I do... Oh, I also need to turn on my head tracking. There we go. Let's make that a bit more accurate and fun for us today. A little bit of head movement. It's not exactly head tracking. I'm just adding a bit of head movement at the moment. So activate it, execute that, clear that. There we go. Brilliant. Flight number, as usual, let's use FDNX. Okay, fantastic. Performance initialization, we're going to accept that performance data. Put in that zero fuel, cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. Fuel temperature, cost index of 56, that's all fine. EM says, do you know which places Thai Airways fly its A380 when you use it? I'm looking for some route trips on A380 this weekend. I don't think the Thai Airways flies A380s anymore. Let me confirm that for you. A380 Thai fleet. Let's see how many of them are active. Yeah, it's retired. It's already retired. They no longer fly the A380s. Okay, they grounded them in 2020 and the aircraft were sold in 2023. Before that, I have no idea where they flew, but at the moment there is nothing, is what it's saying. Okay, Mr. EM, I hope that answers your question, mate. Okay, so I've got real head tracking and a little bit of head movement, so I want you guys to distinguish between the two. Although the Thai Airways livery on the A380 is beautiful. You could do a historic flight. I'm pretty sure they had like from Bangkok to some of the major destinations, perhaps Malaysia or Dubai. You could check that out, but that would be historic flights, not... that's still fine enough anyway. I'll probably do that. Yeah, I'll probably do that as well, Ian. Okay, so we've got the head tracking like this, where it's just a little bit of head movement to give us that little bit of a immersive cinematic feel. Or I could go full on head movement with it, which I don't really like doing, you know, like full on head tracking, which just for reference sake, let me just show you guys what that would look like. It would look like this. Okay, it would look like this, and it will just be me moving around the cockpit just like this. Okay, yeah, this is what it would be like. I'm not really a fan of this head tracking per se. It's a little too much for me, if you ask me. Yeah, it is a little too much, isn't it? Yeah, it's a little much. So let's go back to cinematic, which gives us a nice little feel. Yeah, this I like. Okay, anyway, without spending too much time here, let me go back here. We've gotten that done. Let's go to our thrust limit. Let's request boarding from GSX right now. Otherwise, things are going to get hairy when we try and take off. So we've requested the boarding. Let's see if that happens successfully. We've got sunrise coming up. Boarding has been requested. We've got sunrise coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, it's getting bright. It looks really good here today, doesn't it? Okay, so here we have our performance information. Now obviously we can use sim brief or the performance tool here, and let's do that. Import from the OFP here. Which runway are we taking off from today? It is runway 32 right, so 32 right. Import from OFP, import from the aircraft. That's what we have. Import the weather as well. Let's calculate what we need today. 46, 50, 56, take off 2, select temperature 45. That is what we're doing today. Let's do that. Take a 2, 45, okay? Take off 2, 45. There we go. That is what we need. Okay? In terms of climb performance, does it give us climb performance? It doesn't. It's, the thing says climb 2. Okay, I'm not really worried about that. Okay, take off. Flaps. Flap setting is 5, 46, 50, 56. Center of gravity can be automatically done, or we need to put it in? Okay, 29%, 4.75. 29. Where's the center of gravity? I don't see the center of gravity. 4.75 is the trim. That's correct. Okay, don't need to worry about this. Now, if we go to the next page, we got some conditions here that we can put in. Wind for today is... Where's the wind? Okay, 02 is what we're going with. It's actually 153 knots. So I'm actually going to go with that. Okay, I'm actually going to go with that. So I'm actually going to put in 150/3 as the wind. Runway wind, slope condition is, I'm going to put 0 here. Is it 0? No, it's minus 0.11. So we need to put that in. Okay, so it is down. How do I 0.11? I'm not sure if this is how you put it. No, that's an invalid entry. So let's try D 0.11. That's also in. How do you put it in? How do you... Oh, okay, I know what to do. Let's try minus 0.11. What? Slope condition. Yeah, it's dry, but I need... I don't know how it works. I don't know how to input this. I don't know the format for inputting this. How about 0.11 down? Will that do anything? Nope. 0.11D? Nope. How do you input it? Minus 0.11. Minus what? 0.11. I don't know how to input it. Minus 0.11. Put that in? Nope. 0. How about just 0? If I put 0, it says, I don't know. Up 0.1. Okay, so D 0.1. Okay, there's it. You can't put 2 decimals, that's all. Okay, Son John just gave me a follow on Kick. Thank you, man. I don't do Discord, man. I don't do Discord. Sorry about that. I don't run Discord yet. My channel is too small for Discord, so anyway. Maybe someday, but not today. Outside air temperature is going to be 24 degrees. I'm going to do 24. Okay, runway wind. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so that on. Why won't it let me? It's supposed to automatically calculate this. What is the runway wind? I don't understand what's going on. It's supposed to automatically calculate that for us, you know, and it's not doing that. It's supposed to automatically calculate that for us. Takeoff gross weight is supposed to be, what is it? 491.3. Okay, let me put that in. 491.3. Why isn't it giving me? Okay, one second. Let's see if the boarding process is going on at the moment. Yep, there we go. We can see passengers who are terribly floating in the air. I don't think I have the GSX profile for WMKK installed. My apologies. Yeah, they're not installed for sure. Okay, anyway, whatever. Whatever, man. Runway wind. What the hell is a runway wind today? Let me try and get it. Let me try and get it today. Runway wind is 2 knot. Hello. Oh god, I give up. Let me just input the V speeds here. 46, 50, 56. Okay. 146, 150, 156. Oh, and we need to start up the APU because passengers have started boarding. I forgot about that. So we're going to start that up right now. Okay. Fantastic. So that's done. Now we can go back to our route. We can go back to departure. Oh, freaking hell. I'm going to have to redo everything, aren't I? I did this in the wrong order. My brain isn't working today. I apologize, guys. Not exactly feeling the best. So yeah, okay. Big 2D. Right here. Execute that. Go back. Let's go to our arrival here today, which is supposed to be... We're landing into runway 19 left with the ILS. And which ILS are we using? I have no idea. I need to double check which ILS I'm using, man. So ILS Z is what I'm using today. So ILS Z for runway 19 left is right here. And we're using Lebby 3 Charlie. There we go. Execute that. Go back to the index there. Legs. Route discontinuity. Put that in there. Execute. Okay. That gives us VNAV as well. Let me take a look at the route here. We've got Big Do. We've got to Rigto. Where's Rigto? I don't see any Rigto. Do you guys see any Rigto? Nope, I don't see Rigto. Gosh, I don't know what's wrong with the route now. Lebim. Okay, there's a Lebim here. There's a Big 2 here. After Big 2, we're supposed to go to Rigto. Y501. So from Big 2, we're supposed to take... okay, fine. Route. So Lebim... Wait, to Big 2, direct to Lebim. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. Okay. So we're supposed to take Y501 to Rigto. So let's put that in. Rigto. Okay. Then we're supposed to take M769 to Lebim. Yeah, that's correct. Then that's correct. So execute that, go back to the legs. Yeah, that's more like it. There we go. Okay, let's have a look at what's happening in terms of cargo loading. Cargo loading is finished up and we've got a bright day outside already. Fantastic. All right. Double checking the route again. We fly to Big 2 and then we've got towards Rigto, there it is, and then towards Lebim following that, it is, there it is, and then we've got our arrival procedure ending at that. We got a vector there as well. Correctamundo. That is perfect. That is correct. Okay, so now if we come to our reference speeds here, they're all right. 150, 146, there we go. That's all correct the way it's supposed to be. We're looking good. There we go. We've got our wind. The reason we didn't have the wind and stuff is because I forgot to do it correctly. My bad. But everything is set the way it's supposed to. 28.8 is correct. 4.75 is correct. Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Just waiting for boarding to finish up now, eh? Cargo has already finished up. Now we're just waiting for boarding to finish up. Okay. Okay. Let me close the cargo doors. Okay, we're closing them both. There we go. Okay, let's set the local pressure. 29.80. Done. Let's turn on the FD there. Rearm that. FD on here as well. VNAV, LNAV both works. Cruising altitude of 38,000 feet. We're going to proceed directly towards it without clearance at earlier levels. So let's just go towards our 38,000 feet. If I can freaking do this correctly. There we go. 200 speeds for takeoff. No, it's not. 156, 176, 180 is all we need here for takeoff today. As for our runway heading, let's have a look at it. Runway heading is 326. So let's go ahead and put that in. 326. There we go. Runway 326 done. So everything here is ready for takeoff. I'm gonna do that here. I'm gonna bring that down here. This one I'm gonna leave it exactly the way it is. Brilliant. Looking good. Looking good. Let's bring up the checklist up here now. Oxygen has been tested. Flight instruments, heading, altimeter has been done. Before start, MCP, V2 altitude, takeoff speed, CDU pre-flight. Trim is yet to be set at 4.75. That is completed. And ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to wait now for boarding. So I'm just going to... Oh, it's done. Prepare for pushback and departure. Release ground power. Yes, please. We have APU running. Okay, brilliant. There we go. Oh, I asked them to close this damn door. They haven't done that. So we're just going to wait for that. Why is it a bit choppy? Anyway. It's a bit choppy. Anyway. All brilliant. Got the cargo door is closing. That is brilliant. But why isn't the front door closing yet? We'll wait for it. We'll wait for all the attachments and all that good stuff. Okay, brilliant. About to get on out of here, out of Kuala Lumpur here. All right, looking good. Looking good. Okay, I can go ahead and get our window heats on now. That's good. Let me see. Has the door closed yet? Nope, it hasn't. And I don't know why it hasn't closed, but let's hope it does. This is a long aircraft. The 300ER is a long aircraft, isn't it? All right. We need to close this up somehow. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to say, close that, please. Which way am I supposed to? Oh my God, it's opening up again. See, this is what I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. GSX doesn't work well with PMDG stuff. I don't know why. Okay, so we need to taxi with our nose to the left. Yeah, nose needs to go to our left for taxi today, but if we can get this damn thing to close first of all. Please just close all. See if it works now. Okay, that worked. So is our nose going to get erased here? There it is. Nose is getting raised. We're getting ready for nose to the left, please. Thank you. Let's release the parking brake. Waiting for push. Okay. Still waiting for push. Oh, my bad. My bad. That is entirely my bad. There's this thing here. Okay, there we go. Now we're good. Now we are good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get our beacon lights on here. I'm going to turn on my logo lights as well. Why not? And I'm going to turn on all the pumps. APU bleed is already on here. So let's go ahead and put these on there. And then let's begin with the left engine today. Okay. We need to set the trim. Trim is 4.75. 4.75 today. Okay. 4.75, come on. That's 4 point... Wait, that's 5. This is 4, this is 5, right? Yep. That is 4.5 and that is 4.75. That is correct? Yeah, it should be. Okay. Baha 90. Is that your name? I can't really read your name. For some reason, it's showing up in bright blue. Thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Baha 90. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, mate. Welcome to the channel. Welcome on board to the live stream. Good evening to you too. Is this the 200? Are you asking about the 777-200? No, it's not. It is the -300ER. Okay, it says, please set a parking brake. There's your parking brake. Let's start the next engine here. Engine number 2. Okay, there we go. We got N2 rising. This is the PMDG-300ER, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. Welcome on board. Welcome on board. Hope you're having a good day, Mr. Baha. Okay, there we go. We can turn that on as well. There we go. I got the 777F 2 days ago, the 777F. I absolutely love it. I haven't gotten my hands on that, but I absolutely love the 777F. Great purchase. Flaps can go down. Beautiful engine start sounds here. Your first PMDG purchase. Oh, enjoy that aircraft. It's really nice. It is very, very good. Look at those sounds, man. It's just gorgeous, this thing, isn't it? We got a sunrise, early dawn. Looking really good here. Flaps 5 set for landing. APUs are still running. There we go. We got our hand signal right there, ladies and gentlemen. See ya, mate. Thank you so much. What a wonderful, beautiful scene here in Kuala Lumpur. All right. In terms of PMDG purchases, now that you just mentioned it, I think I'm looking forward to getting the 777F2. It's just expensive, and the DC-6. I really want my hands on that. I also have the 737, by the way. It's also good. 737-900. It is pretty good. 900ER and stuff, but unfortunately, it's only available for 2020 at the moment. Anyway, let's go ahead and put our taxi lights on here. We'll leave our runway turn-off lights on here as well. We can put iFly 737. That's actually really good. It's much better than the Asobo default 737 MAX, which I hate, by the way. APU is still running. We can turn it off. We don't need it. We do not need it. Everything else up here is looking on point, right? Let's just double confirm. Double check. Strobe lights, that is looking good. That is looking fine. Automatic on that, we're looking good. Okay, before taxiing, let's put our auto brake to RTO there. Flaps are set. TCAS should be on standby, but this thing for some reason starts off on TARA, which it shouldn't. There's a little bit of a mistake there in the starting configuration. Progress here. Okay, I guess we are ready to roll on out of here on taxi. So releasing parking brake released, and we should begin rolling. Okay, let's taxi on to runway 32 right. We'll perform a derated takeoff today. So yeah, let's see how this goes. I've been considering a lot of aircrafts of late. The 727 by Flight Sim Studio, the iFly 737 MAX 8, and what else? Simming with the Phoenix A320, then Inibals 350, then I bought the 737 and 777F last week. That is a very good lineup, Mr. Baha. That is a very, very good lineup of aircrafts that you've got on there. I myself, I don't have the Phoenix A320. I don't have the Inibals A350 either. I don't think I'll ever buy the A350 by Inibals, but the Phoenix A320, I really want to buy it. Like, I really, really want to purchase it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Then I bought the sun. I don't know what's wrong. There's a little bit of stutters today with the frames. The frames are a bit stuttery today. I don't know what's going on today. I think it's the scenery though. I've just installed. There's a little bit of stutters, and I don't like that. But it's nothing too bad. But you know, the Phoenix 320 is the best aircraft in this sim. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Just based on everything that I've watched and read, the reviews, and yeah, you're probably right about that, which is why I want it so bad. I want to get my hands on it, but I want to get the whole suite. I want to get the 319, the 320, and the 321. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to that. Let me just give it a bit more of throttle here so we can taxi along a little quicker. The 777 is really enjoyable, man. The 777 is wait for the Neos. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. It doesn't make a difference. Even if I purchase the A320s right now, when the Neos come, it's just going to be an upgrade charge, or I'm still going to end up paying the same. So it doesn't make a difference whether I wait or not. Doesn't make a difference. The Flight Sim 727 is really good too. But yeah, I think the A320 by Phoenix takes the crown, I think. Anyway, let's head on towards our runway here. So let me show you guys a little nav map for a second. There's a little nav map, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So we'll go through our route as we are just finishing off on this taxi here. It's a little early on that turn. Yeah, this airport is a bit... It's not the best on the frames, but the textures are absolutely amazing. It looks so good. Okay, so we're going to take off here. Gonna head over Kuala Lumpur as such, and then into Bangkok. Obviously, it's a long flight. It's 1 hour 47 minutes. So we're going to fast forward in the middle. We're going to use sim rate to fast forward a little bit of the cruise part of it. And then we're going to come in towards Suvarnabhumi. There's your flight for the day. Okay, nice and easy, nothing too complicated. And there you go. Alrighty. Okay, put that away. I wasn't a big Boeing fan when I started simming, but now I respect Boeing. Ah, yes. See, I started my simming on Boeing. So yeah, Boeing is, if you're a flight simmer, you're more likely to enjoy Boeing because there's more stuff to do. It's more hands-on, but Airbus is obviously convenient, you know. I understand why. I understand both the philosophies really, but yeah, I've become a fan of both. I used to be a strictly Boeing man, but now I'm more of a both. So, okay. Let's see if our takeoff configuration is, where's the takeoff config button on this thing? Is there a takeoff config button on this thing? I don't think there is there? I have no idea where it is. I still have a lot to learn. But yeah, we're looking good. All right. We are ready to make that turn onto runway 32 right, and we'll just take the turn right here. Or should we take the next one? We'll take the next one. We shall take the next one. Let me just turn on some of our lights right now, so we don't really have to stop. Okay, there we go. TCAS can go to full TARA. Rather, it's going to automatically manage it, isn't it? Okay, and then we're going to have strobe lights can come on. Taxi lights can go off. We're ready to take off. Okay, so we're going to go in now. Oh, there's someone landing on the runway, isn't there? Oh, there's someone flying around, whatever. But are you a Malaysian? No, I'm not Malaysian. Malaysian. Got a lot of, not a lot. I got two good friends from Malaysia. Two good friends from Malaysia. Malaysia. Okay, we got an incomplete checklist warning there. What is that? Oh, we're good. We are good. Okay. Let's go ahead and take off. Beautiful country indeed, Malaysia. There we go. Me too. Always wanted to go to Malaysia. Okay, let's take off from Kuala Lumpur now.
V1.
Rotating. There we go. Gear up. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Just taken off from Kuala Lumpur. Beautiful, look at that. There we go.
Vertical speed. Maintain.
Traffic. Ignore that. Maintain vertical speed. Copy that. Okay. Nice takeoff. Very easy. VATSIM. No, I'm not flying on VATSIM at the moment. That is just our TCAS making a bunch of noise. Flaps up to position number 1. It's a little steeper than what the flight director wants, but I'm not gonna worry too much. We got speed. We're all right. I'm not flying on VATSIM, but I feel like I should. 2K Ultra, yeah. This is for my live streams. I fly them. You're watching them on 2K Ultra, but I'm actually playing it on 4K. So it's being downscaled for the stream into 2K, and on my videos I use full 4K. Okay, that's how I fly. What's my GPU? I'm using a 4090. I'm using a 4090. Okay, still hand flying this thing here. It's just so fun to hand fly the 777. So yeah. Bit of wind, nothing too much. I only see 1080p. You only see 1080p? I'm gonna have a... Oh, you're on Twitch. You're on Twitch. Twitch is 1080p, man. Twitch is 1080p. YouTube is 2K. I'll probably... Yeah, I'll change the title on Twitch. Okay, let me just give it off to the autopilot now. Yeah, I'll be able to stream after. So okay, flaps are up. Passenger signs are still on. I'll go back to engineer. So I'll change the description on Twitch there, so it doesn't say 2K. That is my bad. Looking good. Looking good. There we go. Updated that on Twitch as well as Kick too. It says 2K on Kick. It doesn't give 2K on Kick either. Okay. There we go. Brilliant. Done. All right. Perfect. If we look at this side, that is looking good. Oh my God, that is beautiful as we leave Malaysia. Let's just go ahead and turn off our lights here. That can also come off, and we can also put that on automatic. Beacon nav logo. We don't need logo lights anymore. Beautiful. Go. Let's have a quick look at it in a cinematic manner there. Isn't that gorgeous? Early morning takeoff out of Malaysia to Bangkok. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, there's a little bit of stutters going on today. I don't know what that's about, but we have it. Make sure everything is working. Thrust reference, LNAV, VNAV, speed. Okay, wait, hold on. You have a 5070 on a 2K display and I got choked with VRAM. Yeah, VRAM is a problem. Okay, switching to standard over there. 2K display with a 5070. It should be okay because I used to run Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 on fairly between ultra and high settings, 2K monitor using a 3070 Ti. So you should be able to get a good performance. If you just fine tune just a few settings, you'll be able to do it. I have done this a lot. I need to make a video on how to do that because I've done this so much that at this point I should make a video about it. About how to fine-tune the settings. I see a lot of videos on YouTube about fine-tuning settings in MSFS. They don't really work. You know, 2020 is supposed to have worse performance than 2024, which isn't true for me. I don't know how it works for you. Right? I don't know how it works for you. But if you fine-tune just a few settings, you will be able to get very good visual fidelity. High to ultra for 2024. That's perfect, man. That's perfect. That is perfect. You won't really notice much of a difference between high and ultra, I'm telling you. But you will notice significant performance drop. So it's good. You're all good there. You're all good. And obviously use frame gen and stuff, which 5070 must have much better frame gen than the 40 series as well. So it's good. Just don't use dynamic settings if you are. It depends on your particular setup. Okay, so let me go ahead and increase the range here. And I'll increase the range here as well as we climb up here. There we go, looking good. Let's go towards our cruising altitude of 38,000 feet and then I'll engage the sim rate selector for a bit. Just so we have a little bit more of it. All right, Mr. Griff, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Welcome on board. Thank you very much for the follow. Always appreciate it. The 50 Super Series. All right. That's even better. Wait, hold on. If you're going to upgrade with something with more VRAM, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? All right, Mr. Grave. Mr. Grave. Hopefully the channel grows in the coming few weeks, so I'm able to have some fun stuff for you guys to engage with, like emojis and emotes and all that good stuff. I don't even know what they're called, but supers and all that, you know, a bunch of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff planned, so just waiting to get some growth on the channel. 5070 Ti Super or 5080 Super? Okay, I'll tell you right now, don't go from 5070 to 5070 Ti Super. That is not worth the upgrade. That is not worth the upgrade. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you that right now. Let me be entirely honest with you, Mr. Ba. I went from a 3070 Ti to a 4090. That was my first upgrade that I did. Okay? This was a couple of years ago. I went from 3070 Ti to 4090. And for the money I paid, it wasn't worth it. First of all, never switch from 2K. 4K isn't worth it unless you're making videos in 4K for Microsoft Flight Sim and you're posting them online as a content creator, then okay, it makes sense. But if you're just flying around, just live streaming, just stick with the 2K. No, I'm telling you, you might think that, and on paper, like it might make sense. Oh yeah, it has much more VRAM, and so it will make sense on paper. But when you actually do it in practice, it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to be worth it to you. Don't go from a 5070 to 50 Ti Super is my personal opinion on that matter. That is what I would recommend. That is what I would recommend. 5080 Super, yeah, makes sense. 5080 Super makes sense, but stay on 2K. Yeah, like you said, you're not switching to 4K soon. Yeah, that's good. 4K is only useful if you're making videos and you want those cinematic shots and, you know, that high fidelity for people who are watching this stuff on like very large monitors and TVs and stuff like that. If you're making videos, otherwise it's not worth it. 2K is so much better. I'll be entirely honest with you. I kind of wish I just stuck with 2K. I bought a 4K monitor. There was no need for that. There really wasn't. I stream on 2K now. And my videos, yeah, I still make them on 4K, but is it worth that extra expense of having to buy a very high-end graphics card, upgrade all your memory, everything just goes instantly up? Is it worth it? No. Nope. It's better to stick to 2K. It's better to stick to 2K. Okay. We are looking really good here. This is looking fantastic. Let's have a cinematic gander at this. Let's have a good cinematic gander at this. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Always good to have a fellow flight sim enthusiast on board here. Mr. Baha and Mr. Griff, do you engage in flight simming at all? Is that something that you do? All right. That is a site that I could look at all day, and there we go. We're making a nice little gentle turn there. Let's have a look at that from the cabin. Let's go to the other side. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful stuff. Okay. We're almost at top of descent, and once we reach top of descent, we're going to go ahead and engage the sim rate selector. See you later, Mr. Baha. Sure. Thank you very much, and I hope to catch you in my future streams. Thank you very much for chiming in. Thank you for the follow. Have yourself a good night, mate. Mr. Griff, yes I do. 4 monitors curved. Damn. You're a real one, huh? Are you serious about this stuff? That is a good setup right there. 4 monitors curved. Have all the bells and whistles. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Very good. I'm nowhere near building my dream setup or getting any of that set. I've spent all my money on just visual fidelity and experience for the viewer rather than for myself. So right now I'm using like I use the Xbox controller and Thrustmaster T14,000M pack. Yeah, with the throttle and the and the joystick. That's what I'm using right now. So that's like very entry-level basic stuff. That's literally all I'm using at the moment. I need to upgrade, but that's not coming anytime soon. It's not coming anytime soon. So, but yeah, they do the job. The Thrustmaster throttle and the joystick, they do the job for now. Hopefully in the future I'm gonna upgrade that. But flight simming is an expensive business, good lord. Everything is expensive in flight sim. So what kind of setup are you rocking, Mr. Griff? And what kind of aircrafts do you like to fly? Okay, we are looking very, very good. Yeah, I think we're about 35,000 feet, aren't we? No, 32,000 feet, that's my bad. Wait for a little bit more. And then we shall get that going for us with the sim rate. Okay. A350 from Anables, A320 Phoenix 777 PMDG. That is a good fleet right there. Very similar to Mr. Baha there. That is very good. A350 from Anables, A320 Phoenix 777 PMDG. I'm just not a fan of the A350 from Anables. It's supposed to be a great aircraft, but I just not a fan. I don't think it's worth it, and that's why I haven't purchased that one. A320 Phoenix I really need to get my hands on. 777 PMDG is an excellent option. Flying it right now, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do you fly any GA aircrafts at all? Okay, I think it's time for us to engage our sim rate selector. So let me just switch now. Let's go to sim rate selection here. Go. Liam A says, I'm back. Well, hello there, Mr. Liam. Welcome back. Good to see you again on the live stream here. We are nearing our cruising. Oh, good lord. Our cruising altitude is 38,000 feet. We still got 2,000 feet more to go. What is wrong with me today? My brain's not working. I'm just going to keep this towed aside for the time being. We'll just go back to some cinematic views here. Okay, Thrustmaster flight stick, velocity yoke and quadrant. That is cool. That is cool. What about any GA aircraft? How you doing, Mr. Liam, by the way? How you doing? What a beautiful aircraft this thing is. I fell in love with the 777 from Flight Gear. I used to fly Flight Gear a long time ago. So yeah, that's where the love for 777 comes from, and it's such a beautiful aircraft, this thing. Cessna 172 and mostly airliners, right? Alright, makes sense. I do a mix of almost everything, fighters included. I love having fighters in the mix as well. Cessna 172, that is probably one of the GA aircrafts I avoid the most. But yeah, there's a good range of GA aircrafts, Mr. Griff. If you're interested in that, you should check them out. There's a good range of extremely fun GA aircrafts to fly. And if I'm being honest with you, Microsoft Flight Sim is better for GA flight simming, and X-Plane is the way to go for airline flight simming. That is my personal opinion on the matter. Okay, just holding on here for 38,000 feet. Okay, still flying over Malaysia here. Gonna be flying very close over to the land portion of it. Malaysia is technically connected via land to Thailand. sharing borders, but it is connected, I believe. Does it share a border? I don't think it shares a border, but no, it doesn't share a border. Or does it? I'm confused. Perhaps it does. Does it share a border with Thailand? It would appear so. No idea. Okay. I believe, let's go and check out what's going on in the cockpit here. 38,000 feet, so let's engage our sim rate. Let's go into 4 speed. Okay. The reason we're doing into 4 speed, the flight is pretty long. Our top of descent is more than 320 nautical miles away, so we just want to cut that down so we can enjoy as we come into top of descent. Alright, so we're going at 4 times sim rate at the moment, and let's just enjoy some of the views along the way till we actually make it. Brilliant. Before I go to the cinematic view, let me save a new camera here. Something to give us a little bit of a view like that. That's a good view, isn't it? That is a great view. Yeah, that's a good view. That is a good view. Let me go ahead and save that as well. There we go. We want that a bit down. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that's enough. All right. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. We shall be in Bangkok, hopefully sooner than later. Top of descent is approaching really quickly though, so I'm not too worried at the moment, but we are going into for sim rate. We're just gonna enjoy the scenery pretty much. I have not landed the 777 in a while. Oh, have I? Well, definitely not with the joystick, so looking forward to that. This is looking good. Uh-oh. It would appear that I've missed the top of descent. Oh no. Oh no. What are we gonna do? Let's go down quickly. Let's go down quickly. You know what? I can make this landing. Let's try. Let us try go down towards 2,000 feet immediately. I'll go check the information now. And expedite the descent now, let's see. I mean, I thought it was going to take much longer than this. Oh, good lord. I thought this flight was much longer. Oh, that is funny. Okay, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let's see how much of a pickle I'm actually in. Let me come down here to the FMS. Oh, good lord. We're supposed to be below 18,000 feet? Oh, good lord. Below 18,000 feet in 32 nautical miles. That's not happening. That is not happening. However, let me just let me deploy my speed brake here. Let's go straight down. Let the passengers scream. Oh, 6,300. All right, I lost my pilot's license right there, but that's okay. That's okay. People ask me why I didn't become a pilot. This is why. Because if I miss the top of descent, I'm doing this. Anyway, it's more fun. Let's see how we can manage this situation though. Okay, I know what we can do. We got vectors. We got vectors right here. So we do have some leeway to fly straight out and get our aircraft stabilized before we turn in towards our final. So we do have that vector available. So we're not too much of in a pickle. Captain was on TikTok, missed top of descent. I'm gonna be honest with you, I wasn't on TikTok, but I was on YouTube. I was actually watching stuff on YouTube. I completely forgot about this. Completely forgot. Well, look, I had the thing right there to tell me when top of descent was, and I blew right past it. I did not think it's gonna happen this quickly. But anyway, we're here. I think we'll be all right. Let's look at what's our final altitude here. Let's perform the necessary checklist items. 2,500 feet. 2,000 feet is our final altitude, so that is correct. That's okay. Let's put our auto brake down to position number 2. That is fine. Anything else we need to do for descent checklist? Let's have a look at our checklist first of all. This is already done. Move on. Descent checklist. Let's have a look. Recall, notes, auto brake, landing data, and approach briefing. Landing data, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at our approach. Okay, approach, we're going to use this. Okay, we're going to use 137 knots, 30 degrees. That is fine. Okay, that is looking okay. Yeah, that's looking fine. Okay, that's all fine. All right. We also need to set our nav radio. That is something we need to do. We need to check out what the ILS frequency is. So let me go ahead and check the ILS frequency for Bangkok into runway 32, right? So let's find that out. Let's find that out. ILS 32, no, not 32, right? That was our takeoff. Runway 19, my bad. ILS Z runway 19. What is our data for that one? It is 110.50 ISEN 195. Okay, fine. Let's see if that's what we have here. Is that what we have here? 110.50, that is correct. 110.50. 195, that is correct too. Okay, so we do have the right thing tuned in there into our ILS, which is fantastic. 110.50, 195. That is great. Okay, so we got that done. All right, we are descending at a very rapid pace, and believe it or not, we're already at 21,000 feet. Got 5 nautical miles to reach. Okay, we're not too bad. Guess I didn't miss top of descent by too much. I think we have it under control. Although the passengers at this point have clearly, they have screamed. Okay, they have been screaming. As a matter of fact, as a courtesy, shall I turn the passenger signs on now? Alright, after somebody's literally had their coffee and sandwich deconstructed on their face and been turned upside down, I'm like, oops, by the way, please put on your seat belts. It's about to get a little bumpy in here. The cap forgot top of descent. Nothing serious. You'll be alright. You'll be alright. Okay, anyway. Just checking to make sure that the rate is reset correctly. There we go. Brilliant. Still have the speed brakes out to help and drop this aircraft like a brick. Brilliant. And look at that wing flex right here. Good. We are descending. We are descending, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, there we go. We have caught up with our vertical profile. So our speed brakes right there. Well, as we pass through transition altitude, we'll switch it out. We are back in control of our aircraft. Or rather, our descent. Okay. Good. Go. Let me just reduce the range on that. Fantastic. I'll leave it on 40. Okay, vectors. Where are the vectors? Vectors are coming up. Okay. Looking good. Looking good. 1 hour 28 minutes. I was not expecting that our flight to reach top of descent that quickly, but in all honesty, it was a simple calculation. I don't know why I thought otherwise. Let's have a look at our tablet here. With a performance tool, landing. Board from EFB, runway 19 is where we're landing. And flaps 30, configuration, that is off. Okay, that's fine. Import the weather, 242.27, calculate. 13,000, 54, 155. Okay. Don't think that's exactly what we want, but it's okay. That's okay. We are well in control now. There we go. Coming up on the coastline there of Thailand. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to just off the coast of Thailand. Calm has returned to the cabin there. Brilliant. I think as we pass 13,000 feet or something like that, we need to put in the transition altitude, don't we? That is the transition altitude, somewhere near there. Let me double check that. When are we expected to go to transition? Around 11,000 feet is what we are expecting. It's 1,000 more feet. Now, Suvarnabhumi International Airport is an absolutely gorgeous airport. It is one of my favorites, and there's your... Oh, it's coming a little quicker. Oh, that's okay. Let's go ahead. Let's check out our local pressure here. 29.69. Check on that. Normal. Now it's just a landing checklist. We can go back in there. Brilliant. Okay, great. Good. Good. Put that back on automatic. Put it back on 10,000 feet. Now the airport we're landing into, Suvarnabhumi International Airport. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if we can catch a glimpse of the airport somewhere here. Yes, we can. It's right there. There it is. That is the airport we're landing into, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a quick look at it. Zoom in. Obviously, we can't see it from here, but there it is. It's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful airport in Thailand. Sorry, in Bangkok. Bangkok, Thailand, and that's where we're landing. So we're landing into this runway right here. Okay, we're gonna come in from this direction. That is runway 19, and yeah, landing on this one right here. Yep, looking good. Looking good. Okay, slowing down to 250 knots, in addition to crossing 10,000 shortly. There's our airport, our destination. There it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? The buildings are absolutely gorgeous on this one. I forget who the developer for the airport is. Who made this? Can I have a, let me check that quickly. Who developed this one? It is VTBS for MSFS. Who developed it? Oh, there's a. Is it Siam Flight? Siam Flight made the one. Yeah, one of them is made by Siam Flight. Let me see if it's the same one. Let me have a look. Okay. Yep, it is CM Flight. CM Flight has made the scenery for this one. Yeah, that's right. Okay. We'll check it out once we land. 9,000 feet, under 10. Let's go ahead, turn on the landing lights here. Do we need logo lights? Do we know? We can turn that on. Strobe lights on, taxi lights not yet, runway turn off not required. Everything else is looking good up there. Let's go down to our checklist. Engines are looking fine, so let's operate the checklist here. Landing gear, flare, flaps, and speed brakes. That is fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay. Good. Excellent. We're back on top, ladies and gentlemen. Let me use that there. Okay, so right after Echo, we've got vectors. Right, we will point ourselves straight back into Lanko if we are ready for that. And we'll use the localizer first and then the approach mode to make sure we capture the localizer and the glide slope in time. And off to our left hand side, if we look out the passenger side, we might be able to see the airport in question. It's now gone behind the engine there. We can take a look at it from here though. There it is. There is that beautiful airport. There is that beautiful, beautiful airport. Okay, wonderful. Let's check the other side here. Look at that scene, man. That is gorgeous, isn't it? That's beautiful. Okay. Still around 250 knots is what is commanded by the FMS here. Or the FMC rather. And yeah, we're looking okay. We can take one quick cinematic look around the whole place before we tune in for landing here. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Goodness me, that is gorgeous. Thailand, everybody. I need to perform more flights here. That is good looking stuff. Ooh. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Let me give you guys a very clean look at it without all the filters and stuff. Look at this. That is absolutely beautiful. Okay. Alright. Let's now go ahead and head back into the cockpit here and make sure we are on top of our game. There we go. Everything is looking good here. Once again, double checking overhead. Yep. Everything is looking satisfactory here. We'll turn on the taxi lights in advance once the landing gear is dropped, by the way. Seatbelt signs are on. Auto brake, position number 2. Last waypoint, and then we're gonna turn ourselves manually into Lanco. Well, I'm just gonna skip it on the FMC here. .137, so we should fly 142 as the auto throttle final speed 142. .142. We could drop the flaps, technically, I guess. It's a little too soon, so in terms of speed. Once again, look at how gorgeous that is ahead of us. It's looking good. Anyway. What's going on here? Did I? Okay, there we go. That's much better. I think I had the wrong thing showing there. My bad. We're good. See a little bit of music in the middle there. Okay. Very well. Let's just turn in now and there we go. Let's turn in. Speed down to 197, 167. Hopefully it does that correctly. I'm going to leave it on the localizer as soon as we finish that turn. Leave this armed. Beautiful. Mr. Griff, I want to thank you very much for sticking around to right in time for landing. Appreciate it. Oh, I need to run some sky dolly. Nearly forgot. Let's run some sky dolly here. So we got some landing replays. All right. There we go. Let's go ahead and enable the localizer here so we can catch that as quickly as possible. Localizer. I see the airport, but I don't have a very good visual on the runway just yet, but there's the airport. Our speed is not dropping yet. Still got 11 knot. What? 10 nautical miles towards that? That is a long way. All right. So I guess we're just gonna coast along here. Yeah, we're just gonna coast along. Brilliant. Let's see what the view on the other side looks like. Okay, we're passing through some low-lying clouds, very thin low-lying clouds. Got the long fields, very typical of this area. Very nice. Oh, the airport is still quite a way away there. I don't think I have City Pack installed for Bangkok, and I don't think Bangkok is part of the world update or anything like that, so we're not going to see any good buildings, are we? But that is Bangkok right there, okay? What we're seeing off to our right is Bangkok. The airport is at Bangkok is technically right here. This is all Bangkok. That is where Bangkok is technically supposed to be, so yeah. Okay. There we go. Now we can drop our flaps there. Localizer, not yet. Using the range. Yeah, that's okay. That is okay. Let me give it a bit of speed brake so we can slow down a little bit quicker. And let me drop the flaps here as well. We're a little late on that, so let's go ahead and do that. $2,500. Dropping flaps. We need to drop the gear too. So we're gonna do that ASAP. Dropping gear. There we go. Okay. Okay, still no localizer, no glide slope. I don't know what's going on with that. Let me drop the flaps further. Speed brakes. Parking brake needs to come on. Let's turn that off. Okay, still have no glide slope and no localizer here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take manual control now. I think the aircraft has stuffed this up. My aircraft. Dropping flaps. Okay. I think we're having an issue with auto throttle as well. I'm gonna disarm it. That's okay. I'm going to manually control the speed here. It's gonna be a completely manual landing. There we go. Not the most stable approach, but I think you've got it.
200. 300. 200. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
'Kay, why isn't the reverse thrust working now? Oh god. That's some issue there engaging the reverse thrust. I don't know why the reverse thrust isn't working now. Okay, I'm just gonna apply manual braking. Okay, my controls do not work as expected there with the reverse thrust. I don't know what happened. Yeah, it did not work. Interesting. Anyway. That's alright. Put the speed brakes up. Put the flaps up there. Put that off. Don't know what happened to the reverse thrust there, but that's interesting. Some sort of issue with the reverse thrust, huh? Should have checked that, but anyway. Okay, let's make that turn. Thank you, Mr. Griff. I wish it was better, but I don't know what happened with the controls with the reverse thrust right there towards the end. That kind of pissed me off, but anyway. Just gonna stop here for just a quick second. Just as we turn that off, we turn that on, we turn that off, and then we get the APU running as well. Okay. There we go. Override that checklist, please. There we go. Good. Put this down. There we go. Let's now find ourselves a little parking and then we'll take a look at the landing replay. Okay. We need to take a look at the landing replay and yeah. So let's see how that goes. Good. Not a terrible landing by any means, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with the reverse thrust. Let me try that again. Is the reverse thrust working? Kinda, but not exactly. Like, it's not exactly working, is it? Yeah, it's not working. Don't know what's going on with the reverse thrust. Anyway, not gonna worry about it too much. Not gonna worry about it too much. It's not doing exactly what it's supposed to, but I'm not worried about it. Welcome to Bangkok, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Suvarnabhumi International Airport. And as you can tell, we've got a very nice representation of the local vegetation there. That's very, very cool. We are about to take a look at the landing replay, so we're not done just yet. We're gonna have some really good landing replays as soon as we find a parking. Because with the PMDG, once I go for the landing replay, the brakes are going to overheat, the tires are going to overheat, and I'm not going to be able to continue my parking after the landing replay. So we're going to have to do it before we do the landing replay. All right, so we're just going to turn off, park as soon as possible, and then we'll do the landing replay. Excellent. We'll park at the nearest available gate. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Parking brake, fuel control, fuel pumps. Yeah, it's okay. We're going to continue with 2-engine taxi today. We're going to continue with 2-engine taxi. Brilliant. Brilliant. Okay, we'll take one of these right here. Take one of those gates right there. Let me just give it a bit more of oomph here so we can taxi along a little quicker. Come on. Let's go. Let's increase that taxi speed. Seven knots. Going to take C9 exit here and turn to our left. Not this one, but the second one. Okay. It's going to slow down slightly. Are we not supposed to take this turn? I don't think we're supposed to take it. Anyway, I'm gonna take it. Okay. Then we're gonna turn the other way too. Turn to our right. There we go. Good. Then we gotta turn to our left. Okie dokie. And we can take any one of these gates here. I don't know why there's no traffic anywhere near here. And much of the traffic is on the other side here. There it is. That's where we're supposed to park really. As Thai Airlines, but Thai Airways rather. We're just gonna park it here so we can get our replay underway as quickly as possible. Okay. So I'll just take the next one. There we go. And down towards 10 knots. There we go. Ooh, that is a bit too much. My bad. I did have GSX. I could have used it for parking, but I decided not to. We just guide ourselves in here, all the way to the front, and we are ready for that landing replay. Hey, that is a sensitive rudder control right there, but anyway. Okay. Going to go in now. Turn on that parking brake if it will let me. There we go. Brilliant. Now before I do anything here, let's go ahead and take a look at our landing replay before it is too late for that. Okay, so let's do that right here. Time for landing replay, ladies and gentlemen. Sky Dolly has functioned as intended, which is fantastic. Rewinding. There we go. Good. Good. Take us back all the way. Take us back all the way. Give it a bit of a chance to get in configuration there. So we'll allow the flaps to drop and all of that good stuff to happen. Give it a second. And we'll go ahead with the landing replay. Okay, still waiting on that. There we go. Okay, flaps are still dropping. Okay. Let's see how this landing replay went. Alrighty, not a bad flight at all. Just a little bit of control issues towards the end there. But yeah, I do have that issue with PMDG aircraft where my throttle quadrant does not function with the reverse thrust. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I had to press the F2 button on the keyboard. So we went long because of that. No issues. There's a long runway anyway. Let's take a look. How did the touchdown go? Yeah, Mr. Griff. That is a common issue with PMDG. Here we go. Very smooth touchdown, but a little long on the landing. It is still well within the touchdown zone, yes, but we kind of missed the landing blocks there. We did miss the landing blocks, so that was the only real gripe I have. And it did take me a few seconds before I was able to engage the reverse thrust, which is not good. You want to stop as quickly as possible. You don't want to eat up the runway just because you have it. So, apart from that, that was a very decent landing. Let's have one more look at it from this view, and then we'll play a few more other views and have a little bit of fun with it. There we go. One more look at that landing there. And then we'll go into a couple of other external and cabin views. Then we'll go back where we left it for parking, shut it down, see where we go from there. Oh, it's only been 2 hours since I started live streaming. Interesting. Might decide to see. We'll see what we can do after. See what we're in the mood for. All right. There we go. Okay. Very smooth touchdown though. Okay, good. The reverse thrust came out now, so there was a delay with figuring out that. Nonetheless, not an issue. Let's pause that. Let's go a little bit behind right there. And we'll take a look at it from this view. Oh, sorry about that. How about this view? This view. Let's take a look at this one. I should have touched down right here, but went a little too floaty, and we touched down there. So yeah, a little longer than I would like, but still within the zone, it's okay. And then we went a good way away before the reverse thrusts and spoilers came out. That is the problem there. But anyway. Let's go ahead and check out another view. Well, this is far enough. Let's check out. This will be the last external replay. After this, we'll check out the cabin and the dash of the cockpit. then we'll go back to where we left the aircraft parking. The brake should be glowing red by now. There we go. Under the circumstances, it was a great landing. Yeah, I think so too. The topper descent was missed, but that didn't really impact our final approach, so we recovered from that very well. Final approach, the localizer and glide slope did not catch at all. I don't know what happened over there, but the localizer and glide slope did not function at all, and we had to wait because of that. So we were a little higher when I took manual control, and auto throttle did not adjust the speed quick enough for us. So it was a fully manual landing. Given all of that, I think it was a decent landing. Yeah, it was quite decent. It would have been almost perfect had I freaking figured out the control thing. I kind of forgot about it, but yeah, not bad at all. Moving on, let's have replays from the interior. Shall we do that? Let's go to the inside right here. Let's see what it looked like from here. And then we'll do the cabin landings. Yeah, ignore all the warnings now. It's after the fact. We did not have these warnings while we were actually landing. So.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain.
Beautiful. Okay, lovely. What a beautiful, beautiful place. All right. Let's check out the cabin views now from the left and the right side, and that will be the end of landing replays. Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at that. Right here is good enough. I don't want to go too back. Let's check out this one. Nice. Wait, the reverse did engage for a split second. Yeah, it did engage. So the controls worked for a split second, and then I don't know what happened. So it did engage for a split second, but anyway. Beautiful airport, beautiful surrounding. It's lovely, this thing. Okay, final landing replay from the other side of the cabin, and we can move on. Although this replay is so addictive, isn't it? Okay, we'll start from right here. Let's go to the other side, and that will be it. Last landing replay, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. Alrighty. Let's now go ahead and find ourselves in the... Speed this up so we can go back to the parking where we left it. There we go. Let's go back to the parking where we left it. I hope the APU is running when we reach there though. 'Cause sometimes it does that. Go. Back up through the parking. Let's speed that up even further. All right. Beautiful airport of Suvarnabhumi. Okay. APU is running, thank goodness. APU is running and the APU generator is on. Everything is working as it should. So ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and shut down our engines without further delay. Let's do that right away. Make sure that the flaps are up. Yes, they are. That is stowed down as it should. That is off there. TCAS is completely shut down. Weather radar isn't something that we need to worry about because we didn't turn it on. I don't even know if it's modeled, as a matter of fact. Okay, you can put that to silent there. Okay, let's go ahead and shut down our engines. Open up GSX. Come on, the parking brake isn't set now. Oh, okay, there we go. The replay must have disengaged it. There we go. Request deboarding. Okay. Let's request deboarding there. Bangkok, Thai AirAsia, Thai Airways International. Let's do Thai Airways International. There we go. Brilliant. Brilliant. Let's come down here. I'm gonna go to the ground operations. I'm gonna set the chocks here. I'm gonna request this. Go up here. We're gonna turn off the window heats now. The probe heats are almost always automatic, aren't they? They are on automatic. They should be. Yeah, they should be. Okay, let's turn off our passenger utilities here. Turn that off. Right there. We can connect these two, but we're still on APU here. We'll turn these to off position. We can turn that off. We'll turn that to off here. We'll turn that to off. We'll turn that to off. Off. All these are off. These are also off. Brilliant. What else do we have? These can come off. Engine bleeds, that can come off. Packs can come. Okay, we'll leave the packs the way it is for now. APU is running them anyway. Where are the probe heats? Just out of curiosity, where is the probe heat stuff? It is on automatic, I know it is, but where is the probe heating? Anti-ice is your wing, engine. Where is the probe heat stuff? I actually don't know where it is. Oh. Okay, alright. Anyway. Let's take a look at this. Okay, I need to install the GSX profile for this airport, but it's a beautiful, beautiful airport. And we're in the less beautifully modeled terminal, by the way. We'll check out the other place. Got deboarding going on, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Ground markings are excellent here as well. Deboarding going on. Very, very cool. Oh, hydraulics is still on. Why the hell is this? Okay, it's not. Good. Let us switch that off there. Anything else we need to do? Let's come down to a checklist. Parking brake is on, man. Secure the packs need to turn off to be secured. We haven't yet done that, obviously, because passengers are still deboarding. We can actually turn that pack off, can we? Let's turn it off. So packs can go to off there. Okay, for some reason I can never get this thing right. I'm gonna turn off the APU here as well. Now what? Packs off, that can come off, that can come off. There we go. The whole system is completely off. So, okay. I'm gonna leave it like this, although when we initially spawn in, everything here is actually turned on. I'm still gonna leave it off. Still gonna leave it off. Recirculation fans, I will leave them on. What the hell? Okay, that is enough of all of that. Passenger oxygen. I can turn them on, turn them off, whatever, it doesn't matter. Cargo fire, this. Wonder, does that actually drop anything? Doesn't it? Okay, alright. Okay, anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed that flight right there, because I certainly did. That was really fun. Yeah, so one of my favorite aircrafts, one of my favorite airports, one of my favorite airliners. It's really, really beautiful. Let's go ahead and take a look at this airport in detail. We'll just take a quick look at it and then we shall call it for this flight. Thank you very much, Griff. I want to thank you once again for sticking around till now. I'm just going to take a quick look at the airport and then we're going to call it. Look at how beautiful this is, man. Look at how beautiful the scenery is for this airport. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Look at this thing. This is where we're supposed to be parked, by the way, next to where all the Thai aircraft are actually parked. But look at that. Beautiful. Welcome to Thailand, everybody. All right, with that, I shall leave it here. Hope to catch you guys in my videos and in my upcoming live streams. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thanks to everybody, Mr. Griff and Liam and Baha90, EM as well as always. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shall catch you guys in the next one. Hope you guys have a good day. See ya. Bye-bye. You too, Griff. Cheers, mate.